I want to go back to our top story about the pressure mounting for more transparency on the possibility of UFO sightings in response to that NewsNation exclusive report. A new UFO lobbyist is throwing his hat into the space ring, hoping to reveal what's really out there. Nick Gold is his name. He's a registered lobbyist, and last week, on behalf of a group called Declassify UAP, he's hoping to shed more light on the issue of UFO advocacy. Many say the historic UFO hearing wasn't just a jump, but a massive leap into potentially understanding the origins of these strange sightings and unearthing if the U.S. government is behind a secret UFO retrieval program. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are now working to form a panel to further investigate UFOs and UAPs. With more voices joining the table, there's the possibility there will be more witnesses, stories to reveal, and maybe real evidence. Joining us now is Nick Gold himself, founder of Declassify UAP and UAP transparency advocate. Nick, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me this afternoon, Nick.
Absolutely, Nick. The first question I got to ask you is that how do you think you're going to get more from these members of Congress who are not necessarily forthcoming to begin with?
Well, you know, I've been fortunate to work with a few of the big scientific efforts around the UAP issue over the last few years, first with Harvard's Galileo Project, and now with the Scientific Coalition for UAP Studies. And I started to perceive a hole in how we address this topic of interest that's, captured the public's imagination for 75 years, but hasn't quite evolved into being an issue that we mobilize around like we mobilize around other issues that we care about. And, my sense is very few people have been calling their elected representatives to talk about this issue, to voice support for declassification, even though there's a huge public interest in this. So what I realized is we need to address this like every other issue addresses these things and creates, avenues for mobilization of constituents who want to engage with their elected officials. So the Declassify UAP website has not quite launched yet. It is just declassifyuap.org. We'll probably start taking signups within a day or two, but we're going to give people very easy and quick tools that allow them to reach out to their representatives and voice support for UAP transparency and declassification. And again, just present it like an issue like all others.
Nick, I have to ask you, though, one of the things we found in our reporting on this story is the need to tread carefully and to make sure that we had all of our facts lined up in a row. Usually when a lobbyist gets involved, people often have questions about, okay, what's his angle? Nick, what is your angle?
Well, I've been interested in this topic like many people since childhood, since, being a kid in the 80s and watching science fiction and growing up with these themes, and then kind of pursuing it more as a researcher over the last several decades. And, this organization is completely self-financed. There's no outside interests involved in standing it up. It's a completely out-of-pocket enterprise, at least through launch. And my angle is simply the public deserves more information on this. We've been wanting information about it for close to 3/4 of a century now. Lots of people are starting to say, including in political circles, the public needs to give us some of the political capital that we need to keep pushing this issue on Capitol Hill. The DOD and executive branch, my sense is, have traditionally been some of the gatekeepers to more UAP information. And, we heard it from Representative Garcia at last week's hearing, which I managed to make it into. And, he said bluntly, we in Congress need more support from our constituents if we're to be successful in pushing for more declassification. The organization Declassify UAP, we don't have any set stances on what this issue represents. We are just going off of official sources of information, hearings, official reports, documents that come out from the federal government, testimony. We're not bringing the baggage of 75 years of the UAP topic into how we're attacking this angle. There's plenty of avenues for interested people to do that. We're going to keep it really focused on treating this like a policy issue and just asking for the facts to be presented in a reasonable manner, in a safe manner, in a responsible manner to the public, which really deserves this information at this point. It is not a good thing for our democracy for people to be so questioning of our government. And, if anyone has any question about, why there's a good thing to even looking into this as a policy issue, last week we saw AOC and Matt Gaetz on the same side of an issue, in the same room, even exchanging pleasantries at one point. And if that's not a sign that bringing more focus to the UAP topic as an issue is a good thing, I don't know what is.
And Nick, to be clear, constituents have a right to know where things are happening, how things are happening, and that's what elected officials are supposed to do, represent the people they serve. Nick Gold, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.